Okay, so picture this. You're on vacation somewhere far away and you grab your iPhone to post to Instagram or to send a text to your friends back home. But no matter how hard you try, nothing seems to load or send. Then you notice the letters SOS at the top of your screen. If you've never seen this before, this might be the moment you start panicking and wondering what's wrong with your iPhone. Luckily for you, this isn't as scary as it might seem. So in this video, we're diving into what SOS on your iPhone actually means, why it happens, and we'll share some tips to see how you can get your phone back to working order again sooner rather than later. Plus, we'll also talk about why the iPhone's SOS features are a good thing for some situations, so let's get into it. So SOS is one of the main ways people out at sea can quickly communicate that there's an emergency going on. But whenever you see SOS or SOS only in the status bar of your iPhone, that doesn't mean that it's automatically sending out a call for help. When the SOS icon appears, here are the two main things you should know. In that moment, your iPhone can't find a strong enough signal to connect to your carrier's network. So things like sending texts or posting to social media likely won't work. But your phone will still connect to other networks in your area if you need to make an emergency call, like to 911. And if you have an iPhone 14 or a newer model, your phone will go a step further by looking for a satellite signal to connect you to emergency services. That means you can call for help even if you're in the middle of nowhere, like a mountain range or the desert. And with some new improvements added with the iPhone 16, both satellite connectivity and GPS services are even faster and more optimized than in previous iPhones. So when talking about these features, it's helpful to keep in mind that seeing the SOS icon at the top of your iPhone and making a call while SOS is on are two separate things that have different names. So SOS mode is when the SOS icon appears at the top of your iPhone because it can't connect to your network. And emergency SOS is the name of the feature that lets you contact emergency services when you don't have normal service. But emergency SOS can also be used in other situations. For example, if someone needs to use your phone to call 911 and you're not able to give them your password to unlock it. And if you have it turned on in your settings, there are two ways your iPhone can automatically call emergency services. The first is by quickly pressing the side button 5 times in a row, or by holding down one of the volume buttons and the side button for a few seconds. After you hear an alarm, your iPhone will call 911 automatically. Oh, one other way you can do this is by holding down one of the volume buttons and the side button at the same time, and you'll get a menu with an option to call emergency services. And if you're anything like me, you've probably done this at least a few times by accident. Luckily, there's a way to stop this, and we'll talk about that later on in the video. Okay, so let's say you're not stuck somewhere in the middle of the ocean and your iPhone is still in SOS mode when it more than likely should have some service. What can you do then? So there are a few things you can try to see if you can get it going again. First, try moving to a different area, since it's possible you may be in a spot with a bad signal, like a subway station or in the basement of a building. If that doesn't work, turn on airplane mode for at least 10 seconds before you turn it back off, or restart your phone. One last thing to try is to check to see if you have any updates that need downloading from your phone carrier. You can do this by going into settings, tapping general, and opening the about section. If you do need to update, you'll see an option to do so here. If none of these do the trick, it might be time to contact your carrier or Apple support for help, since this might be a bigger issue with your service or with your phone. And if you're interested in exploring new plans from other carriers, head over to the Navi website to try our phone plan finder. All you need to do is answer a few questions about what you're looking for in a new plan, and we'll show you the ones that match. If you want to check it out, we'll put a link in the description. Alright, if you accidentally press emergency SOS one too many times, you're not alone, so here's how you can turn it off. Head to settings, then click emergency SOS. Turn off call with hold and release, and call with 5 button presses. You can also toggle off call after severe crash. But if you need the reminder, remember that disabling these means you won't have instant access to the emergency features. So if you're someone who likes having peace of mind, I recommend leaving these on. Okay, so just remember that being stuck in SOS mode can be frustrating, but being able to make calls to emergency services using emergency SOS can genuinely save your life or someone else's. If you found this helpful, give it a like, subscribe, and visit Navi if you need any more help with smartphones or phone plans. See you next time.